Happy Mardi Gras and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. Tonight we have the very special honor of being joined by Kristin and Sarah from the Krewe of Iris. Good evening or good afternoon, ladies.
Hello. Thanks
So,
for having us.
for starters, y'all are one of the oldest crews that are still rolling. I believe that this would technically be your 105th or 6th year.
Sixth year.
Yeah.
106.
So, tell us a little bit. I know that y'all obviously weren't there when it was founded, but do y'all know, a little bit of the origin story behind the crew?
I know a little bit of it. So yes, back in 1917, Amith Nungesser, she was our founder. She had two crews. So she had the Krewe of Venus and she had the Krewe of Iris. And I can't imagine having one crew because I know what it entails. So she was running both of them, and it started to become a big job. So my great Aunt Irma, we call her, she was the Queen of Venus one year, and a myth says, Irma, can you take over this Iris thing because I can't handle it anymore. It dwindled to about 50 members, and so Aunt Irma, if you knew Aunt Irma, she's still looking down on me, hopefully, and being proud, but she was a spectacle. So she said, absolutely, I want to take on this job. And she became captain of the Krewe of Iris. She grew it to 800 members. So she did that for, about 50 years, I think. Don't quote me on the exact years. But then my grandmother took over and she was captain for 24 years, and then it became me. So we've only had four captains in 106 years, and three of them are my family.
That's pretty. That's an impressive, fact that there's only, four different captains for that length of time like that. That is very impressive.
Yeah, I didn't realize she also was the founder of Venus as well because she was 18 when she started Iris.
Exactly, before you could vote. Women couldn't even vote back then. So I'd like to have met that lady. She's a strong little woman.
So I know that one of the things that y'all are, I guess, synonymous with these days is your decorated eyeglass or sunglasses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, got any?
Yes,
I have
well,
mine decorated ones,
Yeah.
but
I have a whole bag of throws here. But yes, the decorated sunglasses are, right now you're hearing a lot about, making Mardi Gras more sustainable and upcycling. That's becoming more and more popular. And, it's something that a lot of the crews have been doing for years. I think, Kristen, when did we start doing the sunglasses?
2012.
2012. Yeah. So it's not, we one of our members suggested it, and since we're a day parade and now we have members who, decorate 300 pairs of sunglasses, and it's, a coveted throw. But it's interesting since we do have so many members. We have over 3,600 members now. They all make these sunglasses. It's kind of amazing.
I do have decorated ones. I'll get it.
After the parade goes by, everyone has the glasses. So, it's a coveted throw, but it's also something that you can plan on catching if you come to the parade because they make so many. And
Yeah.
I actually love the little bitty sunglass doubloons I have.
Mm-hmm.
I had when everybody was stuck at home with the Zoom meetings and all that, I had mine
Mm-hmm.
like propped in front of me so they look like a normal set of sunglasses,
Oh
like
my
respectively.
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
what is that?
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
The
Yeah.
great
And so,
part about these is that you can use them
yeah, there you go.
and you can wear them.
I'd wear those.
So it's, we love all the other signature throws, but guess what? Hopefully it never rains on Iris and the sun always shines. So everyone's gonna want some of these decorated sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah, now now we're known for them, and we've kind of parlayed from the decorated sunglasses into Kristin, I think, designed 6 pairs of sunglasses this
Yes.
year.
So what we do is now we have a
which is about
sunglass
every
package.
year.
So I'd like to
So,
say these are my very own design. However, we just kind of change them up. So Dior and Iris has to have to pair up one day, hopefully. Hopefully, hopefully Chanel and Iris will pair up one day.
That seems a natural fit.
Yeah.
Right. So we do a package where we find our favorites that are going to be in the future year, and we just modify them Iris style.
There was a glitter party at my house a couple of weeks ago where a lot of them were decorated. So I got to see a lot
Oh,
of them
good.
early.
So you probably
Oh.
still have glitter in your house.
Oh, forever. It's permanent.
Yes.
It's all good. It's part of the cost of Mardi Gras. That's fine.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
So you'd mentioned the the sustainability of throws. One of the things that also I think y'all were one of the first crews that did it was the like the burlap bags that have
Yeah,
the different
we were actually the first crew. Brett went to Kristin. Brett with Grounds crew. He's the one who creates all of these sustainable throws, but he pitched it to Kristin, and Kristin automatically said, yes, this is a great idea. I mean, that was like back, it was like in the COVID
3 years
La La
ago.
Land.
Yes.
And that's a big undertaking, and that was a big commitment for Iris to do, because we committed to branding his throws, which are all made locally. They're all sustainable. They're all eco-friendly. I think we had coffee and jambalaya, soap, colored pencils. And so we, took all of that and branded it Iris and sold it to our members. So we had members, and we sold out of the package. We sold out of all the Grounds crew packages with our members, but that was a big, step for us to take. And now I think there's several crews doing it this year. So Iris was definitely, paving the way for that to kind of happen, for that to catch on and to advertise that. And we're doing it again this year. And we can definitely tell me, Kristin, you can tell like how popular it's become. And I don't know exactly how many crews are doing it now, but quite a few I think have worked with Ground Crew to brand their.
Yeah,
throws.
there's a couple of the crews that we've talked with that have picked up on y'all's lead to to doing that now. And I love it because as a rider myself, nothing makes me more angry than when I throw, a pack of beads or, something that I considered to be special for that person. And you see them either catch it with their hand and immediately drop it on the ground or completely step out of the way of it when I'm throwing it, and they're not bending down to pick it up after it hits the ground,
Heartbreaking.
And that's your hard-earned money. That's you worked for that bead, and
right.
just
It's
throw
not
it
like
on the
that. Like
ground.
typically, like it's been I think a going trend for a lot of riders. Nobody really wants the beads anymore, so we're kind of not throwing them. But you kind of see somebody like, oh, that's a gift for that person, and that's kind of how it feels to me when I'm throwing something to somebody.
Oh yeah.
When there's no reaction, it's kind of like, damn it.
Yeah. Kristin,
Honestly, I don't like beads.
Yeah, she always says she
tell you,
hates
I don't
beads.
like any beads. I think they get tangled. I think they're a waste of money. I think they hurt when you catch them. I think they knock out your teeth if they hit you in the face.
No, we do have. So our beads are always.
If we do have beads,
they're very pretty.
they're very, and they have their special. There's a emblem. There, yes. So
I have that emblem on my Christmas Mardi Gras tree right now.
Oh, really? There
Pretty
you
exciting,
go.
Good
Yeah,
job.
I decorate with mine every year. Each float has their really special bead. It's kind of a nod, I would say, to Rex. I remember when I was little, you would try to catch like every Rex bead off of their float because it was special.
I drive them crazy when I go like medallion.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that, and I do think that members have. They will buy the specialty beads and throw those, or the things that are special that people will keep, or even like upcycle. Like people take these beads and decorate their sunglasses with them the next year. That's special over just bags of plastic beads.
Yeah.
So like when I'm going to parade, I bring home doubloons and a medallion, and that's about all I really want. Or like a handmade, throw something.
You would like all of our
Definitely
throws, though.
Yeah.
You would
Oh,
want to
well,
bring
I
every one
I
of
end
them.
up with a big collection of stuff by the end of the year, but I'm not there for a lot of stuff. We go to 50 parades a year or so. I mean, I would have to get a
Ours
new
is the
house
best.
every couple of years. Well, yours is obviously the
Definitely the
best.
best.
Well, we're the biggest. We are confirmed the biggest now, so that's for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In history.
Are you actually the largest
We're
now?
we're the
Yeah.
largest. We're over 30. What was it the other day when we looked at 37,
Just a little bit
45?
over 3,700 riders.
Yeah, so
Wow.
3,745 members.
Mhm.
That's incredible
So
because I mean, I know like I don't know, late 80s, early 90s, it was somewhere in the 600, 700 range. There was some big explosion right after Katrina. Most people give you credit for some of the new leadership coming in and promoting the crew and kind of making it more accessible to everybody. So
thank you. I
uh,
appreciate that.
It was
but
definitely Kristen because when I first joined in 2014, I think we still had what, like 1,200 members ish, and we still had meetings at Dooch House. Dooch House, am I
Yeah,
saying that
Deutsch's
right?
house, yeah.
Yeah,
I had no idea
Deutsch's
what I was
house,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Deutsch's
was
house, yeah. Mhm.
25 years old, and I was probably one of the youngest people there. And I've watched it since I've been a member grow to what
was
it
there
is
any
now.
particular
So
thing that you did that you would say, really brought in a lot of people, or is it just kind of a function of, everybody wanting to be part of it, Mardi Gras after Katrina? Because to me, that's when the blow up really happened for quite a few parades, including yours.
There wasn't I can't say that it was one thing that did it. But these days girls work, they have money, they have their husbands and boyfriends and whoever riding, they want to ride too, and they can afford it. So back when in the good old days their husbands would be out there, they'd be on the street, and that was their duty, is to watch the kids while their husbands rode. Well, these days, hey, girl power, and we want to have fun as well. So I think what it was is it was definitely an adjustment, I'll tell you, because I had a Mama Joy, I had an Aunt Irma, and I had a Mama Joy. And Mama Joy did things her way and or the highway. So it was definitely, I had a few little road bumps going through the system, but I made it through, and I have an amazing team. I mean, I can't tell you, like, I definitely don't do this by myself. I have an incredible, we call ourselves the Fab Five, because it is a machine. We figured it out. She knows what the people want. I know what the people want. My other three know what the people want. And I feel like now that we have our system, that, we're gonna be the future of Mardi Gras for sure. So it
Please.
wasn't one thing. I
Yeah.
can't
Bring
put my
that.
finger on it. And I'm
Definitely
just blessed that we are so fortunate. And I'm hoping I keep my ancestors proud
Yeah.
and doing the right thing. And hopefully I'm around and my children can do it one day. Hopefully her child can do it one day. We want to create a legacy, and we are a big family. And that's the other thing. We're more of a family than just, hey, come jump on a float, ride for a day, and then get out of town. No, we're more of a family.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, I would say like it was organic growth. It was, and a lot of people, I manage a lot of like the external communication. So I have a lot of people who say, I want to ride. How do I ride? Is there a wait list? And it was, our line lieutenants who are in charge of each float. It was a matter of, hey, I'm getting a new tandem next year. Like, does your aunt want to ride? Like, kind of organically growing, like, oh, I have these friends who want to ride. And that's kind of how it grew over, it wasn't just like 1 year, it was over 10 years, really, honestly. I mean, probably 8 to 10 years. And
See, we don't have one general wait list.
we don't have a wait list.
We put it in charge, our lieutenants in charge, the
Mhm.
float lieutenants. So usually it's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. So everybody knows each other.
Mhm.
So, we don't have 1,000 people on a general population of Krewe of Iris wait list.
Yeah.
They have their own wait list,
Mhm.
and it becomes more family friendly, I guess, and the camaraderie is there, because everybody knows this one and that one, and my aunt's up here, my grandma's over here, my sister's here, my daughter's here, so I think that's another part of why we've been successful, because
and the addition of you're building out floats, you have a new den recently, a lot of those things really pull 2 dens now.
2 dens.
Oh,
2 dens.
that's just bragging at this point.
I'm gonna brag.
No, well, that's wonderful though, because I always say when you can start building out your own floats, that's when a crew really starts to be able to decorate the way they want. You can do any theme you want, it ties it together.
Right. So yeah, we bought our fleet 3 years ago, and then we bought the other den 2 years ago, and then this den we just got last year. So we call it the Goddess Den, the Pegasus Den, and then we have our fleet of floats. So we're excited.
So speaking of floats, I know that y'all have a handful of iconic signature floats. You want to talk to us a little bit about some of those?
Sure. Well, let's see. Where do we start? So I always like to talk about the Palace of Iris. I don't know exactly when that was brought on, a couple years ago. It is
Our first year. It was the first year when we went to Kern Studios.
Oh, the first year we went to Kern Studios. And
So
it is a massive 4-part tandem at the very back of the parade. Well, second to last. And it holds what, Kristin, 250 women? 250 women.
Yes. So
it's
she's
huge. It turns those corners. It's so pretty to watch. I love getting videos of that float and videos off of that float from riders. And then we just added, last year, we redid Kristin's float, the captain's float, and we made it into captain and officer float. So it's really beautiful. It has a giant Pegasus with gold wings that flap. And it has the Parthenon on the back, and then that is the kickoff of all of the floats in the parade.
And then our second float, which Sarah used to ride on, was our goddess. Yeah. So it's our big goddess head. You'll see that.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably our most recognizable one at this point, because that's our first tandem. And so when people see that, they're like, are ready to catch all of the goodies.
And then we had the fairy float, which has a story behind it. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a little girl. She has the wings flap. The day it got transported to us, they were bringing it to put on the chassis, and whoever the driver was did not realize that they were going with a big giant prop underneath a small little bridge. And it decapitated her. So we had 3 days to put her head back on. So that was one float that I will never forget as long as I live, because I got the phone call saying the head of your ferry is on the ground. And I didn't understand what that meant. I said, what do you mean? He said, no, literally the head of your ferry is on the ground. I said, well, let's fix it.
So when we post this, I think we need the headline like Iris decapitates ferry.
No, I'm not Iris. No. That was Blaine Kurt Studio.
Yeah. Tractor driver decapitates
Yes, tractor driver decapitates ferry. But her head was fixed.
You would never know now.
She's with her and her full glory.
So a few moments ago, you showed a bead which has y'all's theme on it this year. Y'all actually had just announced your theme publicly. Earlier this week? I want to say.
Yes,
Saturday. Yes. The tradition is that the theme is announced at the ball, at the annual ball. So even though a lot of members know what it is and the public kind of knows what it is, we try to keep that tradition, as far as interviews go and social media go, to announce it. But it is Iris Soars to New Heights. So that is the theme for 2023, and this is the bead.
And it's a beautiful logo. I really love that logo.
So all the floats pick something that flies. So
all right,
dragonflies, butterflies, fairies, goddess. Fly swatter.
Just pulling out some throws here. Yeah, the floats are beautiful. Per usual, they're really, really pretty. The king cake baby this year is gold,
Ooh.
which I think is really cool.
Oh yeah,
We've
that
never
is
had a
awesome.
gold one. I didn't realize how much of a hot item this was until I started running the Iris social media, and people are obsessed with this baby. So, I always say, everyone, because we're the first float of the parade, and last year, I don't know how Kristin does it, because everyone is grabbing and reaching, and they're just ready for the parade, and you're so calm and collected. And I just kept telling people, there's 37 floats, there's 3,600 people, like you're gonna have everything in every single package by the end of the parade, because these women, this year we actually sold out of our packages before, which has never happened before. Kristin, like 2 days before the deadline?
And then we had to do a run of 3 new packages. So where we were having to put stuff together just to accommodate the demand. So these ladies can throw.
And when we say
they love to throw.
We mean like the Iris branded throws, like the fun, reusable, pretty bee, brand Iris branded things. So they love their throws, and they're ready to share for sure.
Yeah, and for sure y'all do throw a lot.
Oh,
You know, that day in between y'all and Tux, to see the quantity of throws that we get, it is remarkable to see.
Nice.
And
I'd have to say, like, the logo bead, I got mine early because Santa Claus delivered it to me.
Yes, good. That's a good request from Santa Claus. I like it.
Well, yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to sounds silly, but it's exciting to see all the excitement from the riders and the public, and everyone talk about what their favorite throw is. And I caught a fanny pack 3 years ago, and I'm ready for a new one. And it's a good feeling, going back to the sustainability factor of it all, to know that someone's had an Iris fanny pack for 3 years and they're ready to get another one. So it just makes you money well spent, time well spent, for all of our riders and for us. And
what I love is that every time I go out of town after Mardi Gras, and I love being in the airport, and everybody's got an Iris hat on, or the fanny pack on, or the Iris bead on. And we'll be in the grocery store in Alabama, and my fiance is like, "Hey, you just got an Iris hat on." I'm like, "Yes, my new best friend, in Alabama." So it's just, that's what makes me feel so good, is that our throws people want and can wear and can use, and are not going to end up on the ground like your beads were, and not going to be caught and then thrown on the ground. That's what we pride ourselves on, is having this sustainability and wearability, because I want everyone to want and wear Iris, and love Iris as much as we do, and when I see somebody with our name on it, it's like, all right, we've done our job. We've made that person smile. We've given them something that they can treasure. And that lady's hard-earned money is not on the ground right now. That she threw that fanny pack, somebody kept it, put it on, and it's not in a storm drain. So that's why we kind of wanted to start this movement of, hey, let's think a little bit forward, let's move forward in these throws,
And like you'd said, it's not just being held in like the that New Orleans culture, that you were literally 2 or 3 states away, and you're seeing someone wearing Iris memorabilia.
Yes, exactly. And then there's people, they'll take pictures all over the world. Like somebody had something in New Zealand, and here Iris in New Zealand, and here's on Camelback Mountain, Iris sunglasses, so like it's somebody left something on the towers, the new towers in New York. I'm like, oh my gosh, see, this is my dream. This is what I want for Iris's future. And it's just that I want it to be everywhere because it's such a happy day and a happy time and a happy club, and we just want to keep on keeping on and making people smile and getting them away from that, waking up in the morning having to go to work, the next day, to grind numbers. Forget about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy our Saturday.
Definitely.
So, you'd mentioned, spreading the happiness. I know that y'all are also very active in the community. In fact, I've been told at your December meeting that y'all collected toys to give to, the needy. Tell us a little bit about some of the work that y'all do in the community.
Oh, yes. So we usually work with between 8 and 10 charities a year. Um, and it's usually member based. So we actually have in our membership portal on our website, if you're a member, you can come to us and suggest, like, hey, I work with X charity and they do X drive, or would you want to be involved in this? And so this is kind of something we just started doing over the past 2 years to have more of a system, because we really want to, we ourselves are a nonprofit. So, we have this huge group of women at all aspects of the community wanting to do things. So we like to, try to reach as many people as possible throughout the year. So we usually commit to like 8 to 10. Last year, we do work with Salvation Army a lot, which is who we did our toy drive with, and I think we had over 166 angels this year. And I know
Wow.
we worked, which is incredible. We actually set it up to where you could do it online. So we even had members from all over the country, shipping, getting angels in the New Orleans community and sending them gifts, which is great. We worked with Oshner for stroke prevention and stroke awareness this year in May. We worked with the American Cancer Society. I was a shucker for Shuck Cancer. We raised over $50,000
Wow.
in our campaign. And
She was number two. She was the number 2 shucker.
Yeah. So those were just two of, or just a few examples of things that we do. And, we do like to focus mainly, if we can, on women and children. But, things like American Cancer Society is so great to work with, and cancer affects everybody. So, we're always open to working with different, having partnerships with different charities. And I like the fact that it can change and that we just don't have one partnership with one charity, because I think with 3,700 members, everyone has something that speaks to them. And we would like to help out as many people and touch as many areas of the community as we can.
Yeah, that's super awesome to, $50,000 to a cause, that's that's a very applaudable donation to be able to put forth, and then to be able to support so many different groups throughout the year. That is really cool.
Yes, definitely. And it's not just monetary, it's not just donating or sponsoring. We, are very boots on the ground.
Yeah.
We actually this weekend we're doing, we do a little community event with the Children's Museum, and kids can come and decorate sunglasses. And, we supply all the supplies, and we supply the volunteers, and the kids can either keep their sunglasses or they can have them thrown off a float in our parade. And if they get thrown off, they have their name on a card, and it says these were made by Alexander, age 5. Enjoy them. And it has a little QR code about the Children's Museum. So, just little things like that too, that, we kind of all ends of the spectrum on community involvement.
Awesome. So y'all mentioned that your theme is usually announced your ball, and I know y'all's ball was last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's, from what I understand, y'all hold a traditional tableau ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I guess related to that, how do y'all go about picking your royalty each year?
Oh, well, you're talking to the wrong officers, but we have Cindy Borello, or Cynthia Borello is our officer, who she is the court. I don't know, what would we call her, Kristin?
So it's court coordinator.
Wizard,
Or yeah,
superwoman.
yeah, she's
You know,
a
I
court
mean,
wizard, exactly.
so much goes into
She's
that
a-
process, and I know that she has lists and communications with. It really is, anybody can be queen, anybody can be a maid, anybody can be a duke. It's a matter of putting your name on a wait list, with that officer and with your lieutenant and things like that. So there's no, I know some crews they pull out of a hat, or your mom, a relative. No, anybody can do it, and we just have our officer who works with the court on all of that. I wish it was more exciting, but that's
Oh, no,
We have a list.
That's perfectly
We have a
fine.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own method, and I'm
Yes.
sure with a group of that size, you have to have some sort of
Mhm.
just other selection other than pass out a king cake, because that's just not
Right.
gonna work,
Right.
But do y'all have any public events outside of like the Children's Museum thing, or related to your ball, or any
We
other
did the
kind of
run.
crew
Well, we did
function?
the Komen run,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
then we have we have the gala. We have a gala. We call it the Goddess Gala, and that was at the Capitol in Barone. So that was beautiful and amazing, and that was a good story because we were having it on the boat behind Mardi Gras World, and 2 weeks before they said we can't have it there. So it's like planning a wedding.
Yeah.
So can you
Like
imagine a
5 years
bride
ago.
being told they can't
Yeah.
at their wedding? So good old, thank goodness, I call her Dewey. Dewey and Sadler, they didn't tell me this because they knew how to. First question is, well, what are we going to do? So what they did is they found this beautiful venue, Capitol in Barone, and we ended up having the most exquisite gala that was, ever done before. So, like I said, I got an amazing team, and so we have that, and what else do we
We have
have?
our toast coming up, which is
Yes.
public. Anyone
That's a
can go.
huge. That's a
I'm sure
huge
y'all have
one.
heard about that before.
Sure.
The Friday before we ride, so February 17th at 11:28, we will toast.
So you should be there. It's a huge
Krewe of
day.
Hermes.
It's
Yeah.
actually my favorite day.
The messengers to Mardi Gras, because we toast with
Yes.
Hermes.
So Hermes and Iris are the messengers to the gods. So we have a messenger toast at 11:28. Don't ask why we came up with that time, but we did. 11:28 seems natural. And we toast each other, and we toast the community and all the other parades, saying Happy Mardi Gras. It's almost here. So and then Hermes rides that Friday and we ride that Saturday. So I call it my little brother crew.
Yeah. So I have here actually one of the books that was published for y'all's 100th year. I know y'all worked with Mr. Hardy on that, if I remember correctly.
And Jimmy Clark, yes, Arthur Hardy and Jimmy Clark. And they spent lots of time. I mean, they did such an amazing job. I even use it for reference sometimes because
I read it every year.
I've never known. I'm even blown away. So I love this book. It's very interesting. You would think I would know everything.
I mean, you're on the cover.
No, I'm not. I'm on the back.
Well,
I'm on the back. I didn't make the front. I didn't make the cover. I made the back. But no, it's an enjoyable book. It's a very educational one, and it's pretty. It's really pretty, and it does tell you from the beginning to where we are right now with Iris. And I appreciate both of them for doing such great work and digging into the history and the memorabilia, because it's something that I can reference, and then I can pass to my children, and when they have questions, because like I said, I was born in 78. So I didn't, I missed a whole bunch before, and even my grandmother and my great aunt, I don't even think they know all the history. So but it's a really incredible book, and I'm so appreciative that he reached out and wanted to do it with us, because it's obviously it's gonna be a big part of history.
Yeah. Have y'all ever had any kind of celebrity riders, like a grand marshal or anything like that, that's ridden with the crew?
We've had Amanda Shaw, and we've had Who? Margaret Orr and who else? A
Brooke
few.
Shields rode with us one year. But
Who?
Brooke Shields rode with us one year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but
As a
she was
friend.
under mask. So we have a lot of celebrities, honestly, that ride with us, but they want to ride like
I
a
don't want
rider.
anybody to
Yeah,
know.
It's their time to, hey, I want to be a normal person without paparazzi, without an entourage. I want to get on the float, carry my beads, carry my throws, throw it off, get off the float with my mask on, and not have one person recognize me.
Yeah.
And that's another part of, how
Of the mystique,
incredible
yeah.
it is. It's the mystique. And that's how actually the mask wearing started, was these guys wanted to have a little fun and didn't want to get in trouble with their bosses. So let's cover our faces with masks and have some fun and then go back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
So when
Or Wednesday.
I know you're a little pressed with time today. So is there a place that everybody could follow you on your social medias and everything else?
Yes, definitely. On Instagram, we're Krewe of Iris, just easy to find, and on Facebook. We have a Twitter as well, but I would say the most fun is going to be Instagram and Facebook. And I've been posting all of our throws, little previews, fun things we're doing, pictures from our ball mask. It's fun over there. So I would definitely suggest following us on social if you want to revel in all things Iris from near or far. For sure.
And you can definitely follow us on February 18th at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Biggest community event. Is
Yeah.
The second line.
Yeah.
I guarantee you will see us out there.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yes. Yell for us. We're on the big Pegasus.
Can't miss
Yeah.
it.
Can't miss us.
So thank y'all so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, that to hear the stories behind the cruise and to meet some of the people who involved with the crew and who are helping put things together. It's for us it's always enjoyable and entertaining.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited and we're so glad to have met you.
Yeah.
And thank you all for participating and coming to see us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So thank you again.
We will see y'all soon then. Definitely.
Yes.
Thank
So,
you.
Signing out. We will see you on the route.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Hail Iris.
Hail Iris.